Welcome. In today's video you will discover curiosities and characteristics of the 10 most incredible islands of all time. Hoping to maintain this statement, we wish you a good vision. Number 1. Digue Levu. It is the largest island of Fiji, located in the Pacific Ocean. Famous for its amazing beaches, the two main cities are Suva and Nati. Viti Levu is famous for being the Garden Island. Thanks to its jungles full of colors, breathtaking waterfalls and white sand beaches make it one of the most suggestive environments in the world. Its strengths are places such as the Coral Coast or the Pacific Port, where tourists come to pay substantial sums to feed the sharks, and all without a cage in between. Moreover, in order not to miss anything, visitors can go rafting on the Navua River. If you are in Suva, it is a must to visit the Cathedral of the Sacred Heart, which has a very curious feature. Exotic plants grow around it. Finally, the Hindu temple of Sri Shiva Subramania, painted with surprising colors, is not to be missed. Number 2. Capri. Capri is an Italian island located near the coast of Naples. The first place that will welcome you is Port of Mariana Grande, located at the foot of a steep mountain, bathed by the enchanting Mediterranean Sea. It is possible to take a funicular located in the upper area of the island to reach the city. The historic center of the city is very relaxing and small. A particular square in typical Italian style stands out, from where it is possible to take beautiful photos of the island and also see the coast of Naples. Other very evocative places are the Church of San Stefano, the Santa Sofia Church and the Barbarossa Corsair Castle. If you love history, don't miss Villa Jovis, where the Emperor Tiberius spent the last 11 years of his life. All these architectural marvels are nothing compared to the natural monuments that have formed over the years and offered by the island. In particular the Blue Cave. Cave partially submerged but which can be accessed by boat. Under the surface there is a tunnel through which the sunlight enters. This effect gives the water an incredible blue color of a wonderful definition. Number 3. Digue Island. Seychelles is an archipelago made up of more than 115 small islands. Located in eastern Madagascar in the Indian Ocean, these islands are so small that together they do not exceed the size of Ibiza, which is just 3.8 square miles. Due to its size, cars are not used. And the inhabitants, they move only by box-drawn carriage or by bicycle. The archipelago is famous for its granite rocks that plunge into one of the clearest waters on the planet. Source d'Argent Beach is mentioned in the Guinness Book of Records as the most photographed beach in the world. We can also find the beach of Grand Anse. Coveted by surfers due to the quality of its waves, the island has a population of 2,000 inhabitants who live in 2 villages, while the rest of the island remains uninhabited. And it is the ideal environment for tourists looking for secluded and peaceful places. It is the natural habitat for some of the largest turtles in the world. The island is also inhabited by Thai bat mice, which are unfortunately in danger of extinction. Finally, we can also find beautiful coral reefs where snorkeling is a real pleasure. Number 4. St. Lucia. It is a very small island of volcanic origin. It is located in the Caribbean. The capital is Castries, an important stop on many cruises. As the island attracts thousands of tourists every year thanks to its breathtaking landscapes, such as Marigot Bay and Enter the Bay of Suffery. Another thing that makes this island a must-visit is the waterfalls like the Kaoai, which measures a whopping 15 meters high and falls. The interior of the island features virgin jungles and undulating fields along with some volcanoes like the Kuala Bu and the Sulphur Springs crater where visitors can bathe in mud. As long as there is no eruption, everything will be fine on that island. Number 5. Santorini. Santorini is a Greek island located in the Aegean Sea, characterized by an ancient volcano which erupted around the year 1600 BC. Forming a sort of cauldron where picturesque villages were built, houses with white walls, in typical Greek style, and blue window with decorated frames. If you ever visit this place, you will be amazed by this island. The city was built on a cliff 853 feet high, cruise ships dock at the port. Through steep roads or by cable car you can reach restaurants and hotels. The beaches that you absolutely cannot miss if you pass these parts are those of Kaoai and Parish. Santorini is also a historical basin. The ruins of the ancient Greek city of Akrotiri, which were buried by the volcano, constitute the most important archaeological center of the island. As for the natural landscapes, we find the famous sunsets visible from the city of Avaya, impressive sunsets that die behind the sea. Finally, the historic Orthodox churches are absolutely worth visiting. Number 6. Bali is an island located in Indonesia, famous throughout the world for having more than 10,000 temples. This is why it was nicknamed Island of the Gods. There are so many things to see in Bali that it takes weeks to fully see it. It is famous for its beaches like Kuta, often targeted by top surfers. Impressive blue ocean beach. The landscape of the island is dominated by volcanoes, the largest being Gunung Igon. The interior of the island is mainly composed of rice fields. In the Hindu temples of Bali, people are purified in pools and inside some caves such as that of Goa Gaya. Legend has it that the entrance to this cave was opened by a giant, who with his immense nail, scratched the stone. A very important temple is the Temple of Death, which is located in the middle of the monkey forest. These primates walk freely between the buildings. Finally famous, the Temple of Wulandanu Bratan, which is located on an island in Lake Bratan, whose waters reflect its towers. The inhabitants of the island go there to pray and make offerings to the gods. Number 7. Kaoai. This volcanic island is one of the most fascinating of all the Hawaii Islands. Especially if you look at the natural aspect of the island, it has such an imposing and wild aspect that it was chosen by the director of Jurassic Park to set his film. The constant rain forms impressive waterfalls such as Wailua, or those located on the slopes of Mount Wiley, also known as the Wall of Tears, because they are the wettest in the world. There is so much moisture in the air that plants cannot develop more than a certain point due to the constant fog which prevents the passage of the sun's rays. The impressive Nepali coast. It is the most beautiful landscape in Kauai. It has cliffs that are furrowed due to the constant rains. There is no road to go along it. So those who want to see the place will need to board a helicopter, a boat, or walk 18 hours through a very dangerous road of the Valley of Kauai. The island is characterized by very impressive coasts, especially the Waimea Canyon, known as the Grand Canyon of the Pacific, which has a depth of 3,600 feet. Number 8. Coco. The Maldives is an archipelago made up of more than 2,000 islands. 87 are dedicated exclusively to tourism. The most beautiful is the island of Coco, formerly known as Makumufushi. The German photographer Erich Klemm, about 30 years ago, he decided to build a hotel on the island. Now the whole island belongs to a hotel company. which offers a very expensive resort service, relying on the extremely white sand beaches and on the transparent waters on which they have built the beautiful resorts. Obviously equipped with air conditioning, Wi-Fi and 40-inch TV. All this makes it at the same time one of the most expensive and luxurious destinations, but also one of the most beautiful and pleasant hotels in the world. They also offer diving courses or guided tours on yachts. Number 9. Palawan. This island is undoubtedly the most beautiful of the Asian continent. Belongs to the Philippine archipelago and is boasted and promoted by the government of this country as a great ecological attraction, since it provides a fascinating and balanced mix between jungle, mountains and beautiful beaches. Once tourists arrive on its shores, they will be able to discover the underground river of Sabang, which flows for 5 miles. Bats live under a large number of caves, all seasoned with mischievous monkeys who love to take people's objects. Characteristic of Palawan are the rocky islands called the Nest. To make the journey between the cliffs, there are 4 different routes, which lead to places such as the Secret Lagoon, which is a small beach hidden among the rocks. Most impressive of all is the shrine at Madon Lock with its overgrown black stone cliffs. Number 10. Bora Bora, located in French Polynesia. The Bora Bora Island is one of the most visited tourist attractions in the world and a favorite destination for honeymooners. On the main island we find Mount Vatamanu, 2,385 feet high. The island is surrounded by a fascinating coral reef that prevents the seawater from mixing with the water of the archipelago, forming a beautiful crystalline lagoon. Tourists can stay in dream bungalows built on the sea. If you visit Bora Bora and want to immerse yourself in the landscape, you can drive a yacht, or go to the lagoon area by submarine. Visitors will be able to dive with tropical fish and feed the sharks. In the city of Vitape there are restaurants for dancing shows, museums and craft shops. Another attraction for tourists are the Modas, or small islands submerged by vegetation where you can sunbathe in total privacy. These were the 10 most beautiful islands on the planet. If you liked the video and want to discover new content every week, subscribe to the channel and leave a like.